Okay, now to the ongoing trade war with the U.S. As expected, the White House has announced an increase on duties to Canadian softwood lumber. Michelle Gassoub is following the very latest for us. So, Michelle, I saw these numbers. This is what we thought was going to happen, but it is official now.
It is official, and it's not just an increase, it is actually a doubling of those numbers. So let's take you through exactly what the softwood lumber industry in Canada is going to be faced with. 6.74%. Going up to 14.63%. That is on top of previously announced duties, now set at 20.56%, bringing us to a total of 35.19%. As Sarah, you said there, this was expected. We have seen these numbers before, but today we did get final confirmation, and these could be in place as early as next week. So BC's Minister of Forests very quickly called these absurd and reckless. Take a listen to some of what he had to say earlier today.
I think Donald Trump needs to recognize, and also all of the elected people in the United States of America need to recognize that while this is attacking hardworking forestry workers in Canada, this is also going to make it next to impossible for Americans, middle-class Americans, to build their homes. We all recognize with the talk of tariffs these last number of months, the real people that pay for tariffs are consumers, and consumers in the United States who want to build a home, or some of the folks that I've met over the last number of months who lost everything in California to wildfires, to hurricanes in North Carolina, they're going to be paying out of pocket.
Now, BC's Council of Forest Industries also very quickly responding this, issuing a statement that we have here saying these unjustified actions continue to harm workers, families, and communities on both sides of the border. To mitigate these harms, we must focus on what we can control, which is the competitiveness of the BC forestry industry within Canada. And this is obviously a big issue in BC, but also in Ontario. We also saw the Ontario Forest Industries Association expressing their concern, pointing to a report showing that the tariffs have added $6,000 to the cost of building a single-family home in the United States. So pointing out, Sarah, that these tariffs are hurting people on both sides of the borders, and not just the industries, but the people who are dependent on lumber to build homes and for their industries.
Yeah, and that's an argument that we've heard now, repeated over the last couple of weeks. And really interesting that the BC minister was sort of right and ready to give a response as soon as this happened, to the point that this was anticipated. They were at the ready. And to that also, earlier this week, the feds made a major announcement for softwood lumber for the industry in terms of supports.
Yeah, just a couple of days ago, we had the Prime Minister coming out announcing $1.2 billion in federal support for the industry, talking about the need to diversify this industry, retain workers, save jobs that were already being cut prior to tariffs being brought in. At the time, that just a couple of days ago, the industry saying they were feeling cautiously optimistic about this announcement. Take a listen to the Prime Minister just a couple of days ago.
We'll provide up to $700 million in loan guarantees. This will ensure that forestry companies of all sizes have the competitive financing they need to maintain and restructure, if necessary, their operations during a period of profound transformation. Second, to make the softwood lumber industry more competitive for the long term, we will provide an additional $500 million, largely in grants and contributions to supercharge new product development and new market diversification.
So, $1.2 billion poured into this industry, at the same time a doubling of tariffs. So an up and down week. We did know that these numbers were coming, but this is going to be just another challenge for an industry, Sarah, that is already facing so many.
Michelle, thank you.